Welcome back, guys. This is part 7 of the troll video. In this video we are making the foot, and again there's a lot of repetitive rows, so if you just want to find out how to do the toes, those are towards the end. So you can skip the first part and refer to the written pattern if you don't need video help. If you need help, then grab your crochet hook and let's get started. Alright guys, if you came straight from the arm video, the first 3 rows in the foot video is the same as the arm, so I use the same videos. So it might feel a little bit like deja vu because I repeat some of the same stuff. But after row 3, then we carry on with the foot. Alright, let's get started. Alright, row 1 is a loop with 6 stitches. And remember, in part 1 of this video series, I went very slowly over this loop. So if you need help with that, just go back to that part of the video and you can follow along that way. And then come on back and we'll carry on. Alright, so we're going to put 6 single crochets into this ring. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now we're going to close up this ring. There's our loop with 6 stitches. Row 2 is 2 single crochets in each one of those 6 stitches. And remember, we can hide the starting yarn tail into the second row and we can crochet around it, or we can just leave it hanging. It's up to you. So I'm going to go ahead and put 2 single crochets into each one of those 6 stitches. There's 1, 2, and then 2 single crochets into the next, and then 2 single crochets into the next. And remember, if you want to close up that center hole, if there's a big gap there, you can pull on that starting yarn tail and close it up. So I'm going to go ahead and hide this. This is my 4th stitch now, so I'm just going to hold it along the edge there and crochet around it. That was 2 single crochets into the 4th, 2 single crochets into the 5th, and last one of the row, 2 single crochets. There I go. I can cut free from that starting yarn tail. And there's the end of row 2, and now we have 12 stitches around. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add my marker. So row 3 is 1 single crochet in the first, and then 2 single crochets into the second. And then we're going to repeat that, 1, 2, 1, 2, all the way around. When we land on the marker, we should be putting in 2 single crochets. I'll do the first set with you, and then leave you on your own. There was 1 single crochet in the first, and now we'll put 2 single crochets into the second. And remember to always go through 2 loops of your stitch, unless the pattern says otherwise, of course. So there's my first set. Now I'm going to continue that sequence, and I'll meet you back here when we land on the marker. At the end of row 3, and now we have 18 stitches around. I've moved my marker. Rows 4 and 5 is 1 single crochet in each one of those 18 stitches for 2 rows. So I'll continue on with the pattern. I'll meet you back here at the end of row 5. Just remember to move your marker at the end of each row. And remember, if your piece starts folding up on itself, I forgot to mention that in the last video, just turn it right side so you know you're always working on the right side. Wrong side and the right side. Alright guys, I'll continue on with the pattern. I'll meet you back here at the end of row 5. I'm at the end of row 5 and I've moved my marker. I just want to stop and remind you that you can count the rows. It's always a good idea to know how to count rows. So we start with the middle circle, and remember we're always counting behind the marker, and we count the rings. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So row 6 is 1 single crochet in the first, and then crochet 2 stitches together, and then repeat that. And when you land on the marker, you should be crocheting 2 stitches together. And remember, if you start seeing gaps as you decrease, that you can crochet in 1 loop, either the front loop or the back loop. Alright, I'll continue on with the pattern. I'll meet you back here and we land on the marker. I'll finish row 6, and now we have 12 stitches around. Row 7 and 8 is 1 single crochet in each one of those 12 stitches for 2 rows. So I'll continue on with the pattern. I'll meet you back here at the end of row 8. Alright, at the end of row 8, and now we're going to start increasing the round again. And we've made the heel, and now we're making the foot. Almost ready to start those toes. Row 9 is 1 single crochet in the first, and then 2 single crochets into the second. And then repeat that all the way around. I'll do the first set with you. 1 single crochet in the first, and 2 single crochets into the second. Now just keep repeating that sequence, and we'll be back here and we land on the marker. At the end of row 9, and now we're back up to 18 stitches. Rows 10 through 14 is 1 single crochet in each one of those 18 stitches for 5 rows. So I'll continue on with the pattern. I'll meet you back here at the end of row 14. At the end of row 14, and now we're going to make 4 toes. So we're going to start our first one by chaining 1, yarn over and pull through. Now in that same space that you just chained 1, we're going to put 5 double crochets. This is exactly how we did the thumb for the arms. So yarn over before going into the space. Pull the yarn through. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through the first 2. Now you have 2 loops remaining. Yarn over. We just went back in the same space. Yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops. Now we have 3 loops on our hook. We're going to keep repeating this until we have 6 loops on our hook. Yarn over. Now we have 4. Now we have 5. Last time. Now we have 6 loops on our hook. Now we can yarn over and pull through all 6 loops. And there's our first toe. Now we're going to slip stitch the next stitch over. So that's this one right here. And we're going to go into that stitch from behind. So we'll pull the front of the toe down when we go in there. Pull the yarn through. Instead of yarning over, just pull the first loop through the second loop. And there we go. And right from here, chain 1. And from here, we're going to put 5 double crochets into the next stitch over. Yarn over. Now repeat the steps until you have 6 loops on your hook. Now I have 6 loops. I can yarn over and pull through all 6 loops. And there's my second toe. So now I'll slip stitch into the next one, going in from behind, grabbing the yarn and pulling it through, and then pulling it through. Chain 1 and make 5 double crochets into the next stitch over. And there's my third toe, slip stitching the next stitch over, chain 1, and now last one, 5 double crochets into the next one. And there's my 6 loops. And my last toe. Slip stitching the next stitch over. That last one didn't want to go in. Alright, now we can finish off. We're going to leave a bit of a tail for sewing. Pull the yarn tail through that loop. And pull it tight. So now we can stuff and close up our foot. So we're just going to put some stuffing in the heel first. And make sure you got the shape that you want. You want to stuff them the same amount. Now with your yarn tail, I'm just going to go through the front loop of that bottom stitch and then go up here. And we're just going to whip stitch across, going through the front loop there and right there. Okay, and I'm just going to bring it down right about here. Now you can wrap around a couple of stitches and pull it up onto the other side, and it kind of just gives an indent like a real foot. And now we can just knot off here. And now that it's knotted off, I'll just bring the yarn tail anywhere and cut. Alright guys, that's the end of this video. In part 8 we're going to be making the ears for the troll. So you can head on over to that one and I'll meet you over there.